Calamity New Reworked True Melee in a nutshell, Part 6. Last time, we ended up by defeating Moonlord, farms coordinators in the underworld to get the materials needed to craft the profane shard. Use it to summon profane guardians. The profane guardians are actually a little bit problematic as they can heal, so we need to defeat the healer first. This is another case of True Melee not being advisable to use since they always try to avoid us, and when they close up on you, you will most certainly take direct damage. The debuff they inflict is a real issue though, but we still manage to take them down. They drop Warbanner of the Righteous, which boosts our damage the closer we are to enemies, perfect for True Melee. They also drop the Relic of Deliverance that allows us to ride the stuff around, and the Relic of Convergence that we can use to heal ourselves. This one seems too much of a hassle just for 50 health. With Profane Guardians defeated, it's only natural we fight their mother, Providence next. I tried fighting her in the underworld, but the space is way too small. This made me get stuck multiple times, which eventually led up to me dying. Therefore, we fought her next in the Hallowed, and yeah, it is much easier with more space. Surprisingly, Providence is much easier to deal with as a True Melee compared to the Profane mid-boss, as we don't take direct contact damage when touching Providence, which actually encourages us to be close to her at all times. Also, they did do a visual update to Providence as you can notice, which made her look hotter than ever before. True Melee Providence is extremely viable, and I would actually recommend it over regular melee. Providence drops one of the best new reworked True Melee weapon, the Holy Collider. Whenever we strike an enemy, we leave behind these rock particles which we can hit to shoot them away. We manually bloom ores in the jungle and use them to craft Targon armor. Using the Ueli Bloom, we made a Grax. It's more of a support buffing weapon rather than a main weapon. Before we progress, we do have to beat Dragonfolly for his effulgent feathers, which we will use as a crafting material later on. Dragonfolly is super easy, as we are supposed to fight him before Profane Guardians. Dragonfolly dropped the Gilded Proboscis, another True Melee. It does look cool, but heavily underpowered compared to our current Holy Collider. Using the Rune of Course, we can start to fight the Sentinels of the Devourer. We first started with Cygnus. He does deal a lot of contact damage, and his projectiles deal a massive amount of damage. But it all can be prevented by using the Subway Surfers method, aka keep moving horizontally and our speed should be fast enough to not be caught up by him. We defeated Cygnus first because he drops some materials that we can use to craft the Granddad. It's a big chunk of metal that swings heavy. Next one is Sisterless Void. Since our weapon swings kinda slow, it did take a while to defeat Sisterless, but our setup is tanky enough to not care about the damage Sisterless can deal. In all honesty, Sisterless more so feels like a test of bullet hell rather than anything, and we did pretty well during his Black Hole Vacuum Boogie Woogie attack. Sisterless drops a Mirror Blade. Whenever we hit an enemy, we generate these mirror-like particles, which we can right-click to form a shield. Next is the last Sentinel, the Stormweaver. Okay, this one was pretty annoying. Stormweaver's gimmick is we have to target its head or tail to be able to deal good damage to it, as it has really high damage reduction on its body segments. This normally wouldn't be too much of an issue if we had a way to target the tail or head from a far distance. But the thing is, since we are a True Melee, we have to close the distance all the time. It's like budget Devourer of Gods minus the fun, since Weaver keeps looping around and refusing to show its tail. The fight isn't that hard, it's just a little bit too gimmicky. Subscribe to watch part 7 tomorrow.